Welcome back to Buckeye Country Creations. Today's video is going to be something outside the norm. I have the privilege of doing the floral arrangements for my cousin's service, and I thought I would share with you the process of making one of the large sprays. I'm going to start by heating up my glue skillet, and then I will take and attach the rectangular piece of floral foam to the spray stand. I will first attach it on the hook piece of the stand. Make sure I've got it positioned where I want it to be. Then I will take my floral wire and use it to securely attach the foam to the stand before I begin. I just want to say that grief is a different process for everyone. Each person grieves in their own way, and each person pays honor to their loved ones in their own way. This was my way of paying tribute to my cousin by arranging these. Now I will take the greenery and untape it or unbind it so that I can separate each piece. This is what I will use for the background of the floral arrangement. My skillet's not quite warm enough, so I'm going to have to turn it up a little bit. But I'm going to start with the process of greening out my arrangement. And I'm going to separate these floral stems. These are silk flowers. And I will start by putting them in the foam one at a time using my hot glue skillet. Now I'm going to get me a little bag to throw away the pieces of the stem when I separate these pieces. I'm going to take one piece and I'm going to cut it into 3 different pieces. And you will see me do this to several of the pieces so that I have pieces to work with. I'm going to start by putting a stem in the top, then I will place a stem in the bottom, and then I will do the same on each side. Just think, for every action there is a reaction. What you do on one side, also do on the opposite side. I am taking the bottom tip of each floral stem, and I'm dipping it into my hot glue skillet, and that helps make the stem more firmly connected to the floral foam. You will see as I pick up each individual stem, I will kind of eyeball it and see how much I need to trim off the end. Now I'm going to go in with the shorter pieces of the floral and fill in the empty spots because I don't want any empty spaces in the background area of my arrangement. So that's what I'm going to use the shorter pieces for. All of my materials I picked up at a local warehouse for very reasonably, and therefore I was able to make 2 big spray arrangements and 1 large tabletop arrangement that will sit on top of a column. what you'll see me doing next is pulling out the glue strings, because when you use hot glue, you're going to have strings of glue that will go from your skillet to your arrangement. So now I'm going to go in with these beautiful floral stems that I purchased. I think they're peonies, I think are what they are. And they're going to be the center of the arrangement. And I'm going to cut them to size, dip them in the glue skillet, and put them in the arrangement. And I just step back and look and decide where I want the next stem to be. And so now I'm going to sit down, because that way I can get a better view of the bottom half of the arrangement. And I just eyeball it to see where I want the next stem to go, dip it in my skillet, and attach it to the floral foam. And what you do when you pick out your florals, just choose colors that you think your loved one would like. You know, colors that you heard them talk about, or types of flowers that you think represent their beauty. That's what I did when I picked these floral stems. They represented the beauty of my cousin, of her smile and her laughter. Now I'm going to come in with these long white floral stems to kind of add an additional amount of dimension around the outside of the floral arrangement. I will cut them to size, and then again I will do, for every action there's a reaction, so that it balances out my arrangement. While I was working on this arrangement, all the memories were flowing through my head of the times that I spent with my cousin growing up. She was always a constant figure in my life. We were more like sisters than we were cousins. I remember spending Friday nights at her house, listening to music, dancing, eating junk food, and even driving up and down Main Street of the small town that we live in. You always want to step back and look at your arrangement so that you can get the full view of what it looks like before you add any additional items. So now I'm going to come in with some more filler, and I'm going to decide what different types I want to use because I don't want there to be any holes in my arrangement. Sometimes I use greenery, sometimes I use the leaves off the stems. It's just different items, but just make sure that you fill any empty spaces so that you don't have any holes in your arrangement. As I sit here doing the voiceover and editing this video, I can't help but think that as we get older, we experience more and more loss of our loved ones, our friends, our family. And someone told me that it's okay to grieve in your own way. It's okay to cry. And that tears are love with no place to go. And that the amount of your grief is a great testimony to the love that you had for your loved one. Now I'm going to go in and do some additional filler, and these will provide an accent to the main focus of my arrangement, which are the peonies. When you choose your accent items, make sure that you choose ones that do not distract or take away from the main focus of your arrangement, which again are the peonies in this arrangement. And you will see at the end of my video, I show pictures of the other spray that I did using florals that I got from this warehouse. But then also at the end, you will see an arrangement that I made for my sister, and she picked out the florals for her from our local, believe it or not, Dollar General store and Family Dollar store. And you can use those florals to make beautiful arrangements as well. And now I'm going to continue adding filler to any spots that I see that need it, so that it doesn't leave a hole again in my arrangement. And you'll see me periodically fluffing these peonies, because when you buy them in the warehouse, sometimes they get a little flat. So you just go in with your hand, just fluff them out a little bit, make them look full. And again, I'm just going in and filling in any empty spots that I see where I think there needs to be a little more greenery to kind of fill it up. And then you will see me, I will turn the arrangement around and I will make sure that it is extra secure to the stand because I do not want it to fall off. So, and then these are a different type of accent piece that just gives just a little bit of a different color in there and pulls it together. So, just put them in there first before you actually glue them in there so that you make sure that's what you want to put in there. Then you secure it with the glue. I am not by any means a professional floral artist of any kind, and they may tell you a different way to do it, but the way that I do it has always worked for me. This is just something that I've been doing since my father passed away. I do arrangements to take to the cemetery on his birthday and on Father's Day. And I think I got glue on my glasses, so you'll see me trying to get the glue off my glasses. But I do floral arrangements on the headstone saddles for my mother and father on Mother's Day, Father's Day, and on their birthdays. And it's always worked for me and lasted a pretty good while. So, but again, I'm just doing this because this is my tribute to my cousin and about the positivity that she put into my life when we were growing up. Now you'll see me, I'm coming in with the floral wire trying to get the foam more secure on the actual stand itself. I ended up actually taking some of the floral stems that I cut, bending them into a U shape, dipping the tips into the hot glue skillet, and then pressing them into the floral foam and over the center of the cross pieces of the frame, which made it even more secure. And here is the finished product. This was definitely a labor of love for my cousin. And I hope she's looking down from heaven and that she likes it. And you know, I've always said at the end of my videos to make sure you go out and make those memories with the ones you love. That's so very important. So please, make sure you take the time to make those memories with the ones you love. And thank you for watching and helping me honor my cousin. God bless you.